To all of you, thank you for waiting. I have returned. You might notice in the background footage, I'm playing on an ultra wide. It's my OLED. I've been learning Destiny on PC. I'm in the early stages. It's been a process, but I'm getting comfortable. Before we get into it, this video is sponsored by Bungie. Edge of Fate dropped, a new story and saga continuing Destiny 2. And today's review is about the weapon you get at the end of the campaign. So at the top of the description and the pinned comment, there's a link to go check it out. And this weapon, it reminds me a lot of my favorite all-time weapon in Destiny history, Cloud Strike. And if you've been with me for a while, you know I'm all over this one. I have all 4 catalysts to unlock. I've fully crafted the weapon, so today I'm breaking it all down. How it works, what each catalyst does, what some players might be missing with it on the things that it can do, and also which catalyst is best for you depending on your goals. There's a lot of depth here. The gun itself has a lot of things, again, I believe others are missing. And while there are tons of builds you can make with this weapon, we'll talk about those at a later date. Today's all about understanding how it functions, what you can do with it, and how to start building into it. To get Graviton Spike, you need to complete the Edge of Fate campaign, and once you do, Lodi will have a quest waiting for you to complete. When you do, you get it. From there, you start your hunt for the catalyst components. Now, if you want a full guide on how to get each one, where they're located, let me know. I'm happy to do that. I have all the footage, but note, some of the catalyst parts do require you to go into Mythic, higher tiers, so it's not really casual play if you're not up to power level. Once you're done, you can craft it however you want. Find the catalyst that best fits your playstyle. It's a 150 RPM arcane cannon. It's got a unique twist. You can hold reload to switch into stasis mode. Now, the stasis mode, from what I've tested, fires at 100 RPM. It functions almost like a rocket-assisted sidearm. Same fire rate, and since it's an exotic, it crushes red bars. And in stasis mode, it deals more damage than the arc mode in general. It fires slower, it hits harder, and even though it's not explicitly stated, the stasis mode also has better range, because it also has a sort of built-in explosive payload. When you shoot, the damage splits into 2 numbers. That second number stays consistent at a distance. So arc, 150 RPM, faster shots. It's got a huge damage drop off at range. With stasis mode, shoot slower, but they hit harder and they maintain that damage from further away. And that right there is quite interesting. It's a rare thing. It gives you some flexibility. You can adjust your playstyle in real time. And when you craft it, you can push the stats where you want the most. That gets us to the exotic trait, Temporal Manipulation. This is what ties everything together. Basically, every time you land a final blow or a precision hit, you're charging up the opposite form. On the weapon model itself, you're going to see 3 boxes right below your reticle. They fill up. Once they're full, you'll get an on-screen text that says overcharged to that other form. The next time you switch to that form gets bonus effects. You gain charges by precision hits or final blows. And there's a couple things you need to know about it. First, if you start building up charges on one mode, and then switch over before all 3 boxes are filled, you lose all progress, so just stay with it. You have to fully charge before switching to activate the overcharge. Now, second, every time you switch modes, the gun automatically loads in 3 rounds. This helps keep the gameplay loop fast and rewarding. Even if you only have 3 bullets left, as long as they're all crits, you can just keep switching back and forth. And that gets us into the exotic trait, Temporal Anomaly. While overcharged, each mode expends a portion of overcharge for additional effects on final blows or precision hits. Arc calls down lightning strikes, stasis creates an explosion and a formation of stasis crystals. Once you've switched and activated overcharge, you're going to see a bar that starts to drain. While this bar is active, the next 3 precision hits or final blows will trigger that special effect, unique to the mode that you're in. So after you spend those charges, the bar drains, the overcharge is gone, but as long as you keep chaining kills and precision shots, you're constantly building up energy for the opposite mode. So you go back and forth, building and consuming. It feels really smooth and reactive when you get it going. Really satisfying in my opinion. With arc overcharge, precision hits or final blows calls down a lightning strike. Now these strikes deal really good AoE damage, area of effect damage, that can chain and collateral nearby enemies. Damage wise, it's essentially 3 crit hand cannon shots combined all into one, because whatever your crit's doing, 2 strikes match that crit damage. So if you land overcharged headshots back to back to back using all 3 charges, it's like you landed 9 straight headshots with it. So that's not even counting in the area of effect it's doing. Really quick heavy damage. And when you switch to stasis, when that's overcharged, again on precision hits or final blows, you trigger an explosion and create 2 stasis crystals, 1 on each side of the target. So the explosion starts wherever you hit, 2 cold snap trails go left and right, and at the end, the crystals form. Now, these can freeze enemies. Those crystals can also be shattered to deal AoE damage. And what makes this even more interesting is the interaction between the 2 modes. I'm not sure if it's a bug, but it's great. If you create stasis crystals with the stasis form, You're doing your thing, you're overcharging arc, so you switch over to arc form. If you used overcharged arc rounds and shoot the crystals that you made from the stasis form, those crystals will actually consume a charge and cause a lightning strike on that crystal. So that means you can set up an area with these frozen crystals, or you're just gonna have some left over, and then detonate them using the arc strikes. And this is really good at a distance with the arc mode of the hand cannon, because it has big damage fall off. Instead, if there's a stasis crystal there, you can just shoot the crystal. Because when you do, it creates a massive AoE through both the lightning strike explosion and the crystal shatter effect. Really, really cool. And because it's stasis and arc, and what it's doing, it leaves build crafting wide open. The artifact is perfect for it. Fever and Chill to get frost armor. One with the frost, frost renewal, cauterized darkness because the stasis debuff, even more solar damage. And in the final column, I just got it, frigid glare. With frost armor up, stasis final blows make the target spread a freezing burst. So it just all kind of goes and goes and goes. Arc has amplified, a whole bunch of things, but it feels it was designed to be used with prismatic. There's even a catalyst that performs better with prismatic because the weapon encourages switching between both of them, arc and stasis, so you keep both sides of your build active, constantly building up Transcendence. It's really, really good. When I crafted mine, I went with a range-focused roll, range masterwork, accurized, hammer forged, and you can also do things like a pendant mag if you want to lean into PvE. It all really just depends on your setup, where you want to use it, what your goals are. As for the catalysts, one of the first ones to talk about is Subsistence. It's one of the easier ones to get, and honestly, it works really, really well. Every final blow returns a little bit of ammo to the mag, and since this weapon also gives 3 rounds for every time you switch forms, you end up never needing to actually reload. You're just switching forms. You're gonna get kills, throw ammo back in, throw ammo back in, maybe collaterals, get multiple rounds back in. That ammo's returning. You have the form switching loop and the overcharged shots. It just keeps going and going. It's great. I use it in a raid encounter. It did awesome. And this is heavily leaned to PvE. So again, something like a pendant mag is warranted if you want to go that route. And that's why you're using it. The core loop of the weapon synergizes with it because it throws in 3 rounds. It wants you to keep switching one to the other. So these kills refilling the mag plus the 3 you get from switching, it works out. It's not a bad option at all. Next is Rapid Hit, the second easiest catalyst to get, and just like Subsistence, it's found in the Fabled tier. Doesn't require you to go into the Mythic tier. I was eager to try this one, but personally, I feel this is the worst catalyst overall. Not that it's terrible, it's just that compared to the others, if I were to have to rank them, it would be last. Let me explain. First, the perk, Rapid Precision Hits temporarily increase stability and reload speed. It procs on yellow numbers, buffed hits, meaning a headshot or on a debuffed target. Max of 5 stacks. Every hit gets you 1 stack that lasts for 2 seconds. There's a max of 5 stacks. And on screen are the stability and reload numbers. They're really, really good when you get to high stacks. The stability easily can get to 100 on this thing, but the reason for this would be the reload speed and the reload multiplier. Because remember, in Destiny, a scalar, a modifier, always outweighs the actual reload stat because the scalar can bypass the reload stat and go well past 100. Well, the thing is, what I wanted it for, no matter what stack, whatever the reload stat is, whatever the reload scalar is, those don't work for switching modes. And that was ideal, because if it did, Rapid Hit would be near the top. That way you can switch modes a ton faster and get into the play loop faster. That leaves it to just being a feel perk. PvE for more reload, PvP for the stability and the reload, but in PvE, you're constantly going between the 2 forms, and the other catalyst vibe better with that. And not to mention the base stats of this thing are chunky. You can live without Rapid Hit, and the other options just bring more to the weapon. I mean, we just went over Subsistence. With that, you don't even need to reload. So the weapon is about switching modes. The others play into that. Rapid Hit does not. Next is Transcendent Zen, and I'm pretty confident on what it does. This is found in the Mythic tier. Enemies hit harder. This one also has a mini boss, I believe. It's either this or the next one. Final blows grant bonus stats based on the weapon's damage type alignment. Light elements grant stability and handling. Dark elements grant range and aim assist. While Transcendent, the weapon gets both bonuses. So when you get a final blow with, let's say, the arc form, the light side, a buff goes on the screen that says Transcendent Light. With the light bonus, you get stability and handling. After it goes on the screen, it lasts for 7 seconds. Same goes with the stasis form, only this time it says Transcendent Dark. You get bonus range and aim assist when this is on your screen. It also lasts for 7 seconds. The buffs do carry over briefly, so you can get it down, switch over, get it down. Both are going to be up for about 5 or so seconds. And while Transcendent, the buff text changes to Transcendent Moment. Both buffs are active for the duration of Transcendence. But how much does it give you? As someone who relentlessly gets nerdy with Destiny stuff, and in particular Destiny weapons, I am very close to what the numbers are. And what took me over 2 hours to figure out, I'm going to share with you in about 20 seconds. And how I did it was taking the base weapon, and fortunately the numbers are rounded, and I would take away range, add stability, mark stability high points, the range drop off for all the stats that it covers, and then came to a conclusion. And for aim assist, it was the old school on Xbox, measuring aim assist cone with targeting, but the conclusion, it's one of two numbers. Globally, meaning every stat that this thing gives to is either plus 12 or plus 15. So let's take mine, the range roll. Light mode, it would go to, if it's plus 12, 82 stability, 62 handling, or it'd be 85 stability, 65 handling. Dark buff, 82 range, 97 aim assist, or 85 range, 100 aim assist. So again, it's either plus 12 to all those things or plus 15. Regardless, it's a huge buff to the weapon. It juices it up. And yeah, it can be used in PvE. More range and juice stats is never a bad thing, but still something like Subsistence makes a little bit more sense. It is more PvP focused, and it is great there. You feel those buffs when they turn on. It becomes a magnet, a vacuum. It's one of those things that you have to use to know, to feel. It's a very good perk. It's a dueling perk. When it starts kicking in, the more stability, anti-flinch, more range, the better fall off, aim assist, it all gets juiced. It's definitely a top pick for the Crucible. And at the end, I will kind of summarize PvE and PvP Catalyst. And the last one is Temporal Alignment Refit. This one is found in the Mythic tier. Overcharging both Arc and Stasis modes grants a period of increased damage. So once you charge both forms, let's say you overcharge the Arc form, do your thing, switch over. The moment that you overcharge the Stasis form, both are charged up. You see a buff on the screen called Temporal Alignment, and it lasts for 15 seconds. During this time frame, the weapon deals 20% more damage in all modes. It's either the base hand cannon or the lightning strikes, the base stasis mode, and it carries over to the additional effects that they do. Meaning like right here, say the base arcane cannon deals 108 to the head, with the buff it deals 130 to the head, and the lightning strikes also deal 130. So boom, 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 9 130s in a row. All of it's 20% more. Same goes with the stasis mode, even the shatter damage. And because of the abilities, these extra abilities, the lightning strikes, and the stasis stuff, the freeze, the crystals, that is what makes this perk work, because in the end, a 20% buff is a 20% buff to your damage, but when you add in the additional effects, that is what makes all this work very, very well. It works out that since it's doing more damage, you're clearing things quicker, you can live in that buff. Overcharge one side, back to the other, back to the other, keep refreshing the buff. I love it, PvE and PvP. Because PvE-wise, the same type of deal. I mean, I took it through a raid encounter. There's a big difference with this thing. It just melts things. And on the beefier targets, the added damage helps a ton. Crucible-wise, it can get crazy. Because when you activate this in the Crucible, the stasis mode 2 shots, not only does it 2-shot, it's 1 head, 1 body. Arc-wise, it's 94s to the head with the base weapon. That means you can 2-crit 1 body, but if you have the lightning strikes, those also get 20% more damage, meaning that if the target isn't moving and gets hit by those lightning strikes, they could be 2-shot. So if that happens, it's a 0.4 TTK on Arc, 0.6 TTK with the stasis form. It's a wild, wild perk. And it's a style of perk that's a set it and forget it type. PvE and the Crucible, it works both of them. So in summary, for PvE Catalyst-wise, you're going to build it how you see fit. More ammo in the mag, more reload. I prefer the range. Catalyst-wise, your top two are going to be Subsistence or Alignment. Subsistence just works great. There's synergy all over the thing. The AoE from these extra effects, they get a lot of downs by themselves, so it's loading in even more, throwing ammo in. Alignment, since you're switching forms a ton anyway, it's more damage, meaning faster clearing. It's more damage at a distance. 20% goes a long way with these additional effects. It's just easier in general to take out targets. It's great. The other ones, Zen, though a huge stat boost, PvE-wise, you get more out of the others. Then finally, Rapid Hit. Again, stability and reload feels good, but since you're switching between the forms most of the time, Rapid Hit doesn't really help that. So I would stick to either one of those two. Preference, Subsistence, or Alignment. Crucible-wise, this thing is very good in PvP. It's a great 150 RPM with high stats. Your main two choices are Zen and Alignment. Sure, if you want Rapid Hit for dueling, more stability, faster reload, it's fine. But with Zen, this plus 12 to those stats or plus 15 is huge. As a pure dueling option, you can't go wrong ever. And remember, that's one of those things. The only win now perk, what I call win now and win later, is a perk that is active in the duel. The only one really is Rapid Hit. So if you want to go that route, you can. The others are win later, meaning you get it down, then you start getting benefits. Like the other one, if you want to be extremely lethal, there's Alignment. The 20% more is no joke. You need to hide from it. But then again, you have to get downs on both sides. You have to overcharge both. So note, there is a skill requirement. And that leaves you with the Zen perk or Rapid Hit. And again, that is personal preference. In conclusion, this is one of my favorite weapons that I've ever used. It's a great design, really good blend of options. They can suit different playstyles, different players, different activities. And it has the Cloud Strike vibes. I love it. And everything is shiny and new, but I do believe Crucible-wise, once things kind of settle, it will stay around. PvE-wise, it needs to be built around. Frost Armor, all the things. I talked about some interactions and things that it does. It is worth it to get the catalyst for it, all 4 of them. That way you can push it even further. If you're new here, remember to hit the subscribe button, and if you are subscribed, thank you so much for your support. Let's talk about Graviton Spike down below. What are your thoughts on it? And thanks again to Bungie for sponsoring today's video. Check out Edge of Fate, link below at the top of the description and the pinned comment. From me, there is more Destiny content coming. It looks like I'm back on the Destiny grind. Let's talk about it down below. Thank you for watching, and until the next one, I am CoolGuy.